It's no surprise that looking back at the old Call of Duties makes us feel nostalgic and yearn for the good old days. But have you ever gone back and replayed some of its maps by yourself, only to realize that it's empty? Hey guys, Illy here, and today I'll be talking about the emptiness of multiplayer maps in Call of Duty. Specifically, Black Ops 1 in this case. Every dead Call of Duty game is not a stranger to being unpopulated. Heck, there's like 22 and counting as I speak. But there is always a moment in our lives, at least once, where we hop on a game of Call of Duty and just boot up a match with just ourselves as the only player in the map. There's something in common with every map you play solo. Almost like, obviously, it feels very empty, but also eerie. Like this isn't how the game is intended to be played. But you can't help but think about how much you're usually used to the gunshots in the distance and background noises of players killing each other. Obviously there's a reason why you feel this way, because we're used to the chaos the maps usually have, and the maps were usually built for many players in mind. But at times, it feels like a ghost town that had its soul sucked out of it when the players decided to move on to another Call of Duty game. Now, I don't want to exaggerate the feeling, but that's how I usually felt when hopping back onto a solo game of Nuketown, Summit, and other maps in Call of Duty. You can't help but go to your usual old spots or routes you would use to rush other players. It's like it was built into your brain, and it's weird. And then you're hit with another harsh reality that nobody is coming to kill you, or you won't find someone to kill and have fun with. It can feel really sad, as funny as that sounds. It's a very specific feeling that I used to get whenever I revisited Black Ops 1 multiplayer, but the same can go for the other Call of Duties as well. One thought I would always get whenever playing a solo multiplayer match would be the thought of someone joining my lobby while I was exploring the map. And I bet some of you guys have felt the same way. The feeling of a random person joining your lobby out of nowhere just felt very scary, especially, if you don't expect any visitors. I mean, the very idea of someone joining a private lobby that you were only meant to play for yourself. Christ, man. It's like this being is only coming after you. But other than the emptiness and eeriness of these maps, and the thought of the game being haunted, what else does playing these maps by yourself accomplish? Nothing really, other than admiring and looking through every small detail of every map, and have flashbacks to every spot you chilled at to get your kills in the game. The emptiness obviously makes you remember the idea of having passed an era of gaming that won't come back, unfortunately. But hey, at the very least, you took the time to revisit and remember the times you spent giving your life to these games. And that is a feeling nothing can replicate. Hearing the sound of complete silence and listening to all the small details in the game makes you appreciate all the small details and noises and all the props that were used. And all the small things you can interact with in the game is almost like you're testing the game out after all these years of having your fun. It's kind of funny to think about. The number one thing that got me thinking a lot was when I hopped on Nuketown. The fact that this map had everyone gunning and voting for it in multiplayer lobbies, a map that has made its own staple and place into every gamer's hearts from this era, is now dead. Because, well, take a listen on how this map looks now in 2024. Yeah, depleted of all life, right? Nothing but silence. And this announcer guy.
5 minutes to zero time.
But that's besides the point. This map that was once known to be filled with tons, and I mean lots of players, and it's now dead. And well, yeah, there might be other players playing it right now. There just isn't as many as before. Now it's a show of its former popularity, at the very least the OG one. And it's made its place with other Call of Duties with its own remakes and, well, other variants of the map. Although it can be pretty tiring to see all the time, I honestly wanted to make a video about how this game and many others will forever be in this state of emptiness. And although, yes, there's communities keeping it barely alive, which is awesome, who knows if this case will be the same 10 years from now. Damn, maybe it'll just be me that will still be playing it. Black Ops 1 at least. But who knows, it might take longer than that just to kill these old Call of Duties. The main point of this video was just to talk about these maps and show how empty and shallow they look now. And how now they definitely won't be seeing the same glory days again since their times have passed. Sure, it sounds sad, but hey, at the very least, we'll have players who are willing to revisit and show it some love now and then. I sure know I would. Because no matter what you think as you traverse through these maps, Whether it's creepy, sad, lonely, or nostalgic, one thing you can't deny, it's that we will always love these games and maps for being amazing and a part of our lives. Thanks for watching.